Here's a detailed summary of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Introduction. The Boy Who Lived. The story begins with Vernon and Petunia Dursley, a perfectly normal couple living in Privet Drive, noticing strange occurrences around them. That night, Albus Dumbledore, Professor McGonagall, and Hagrid, a half-giant, arrive at the Dursleys' doorstep with a baby, Harry Potter. His parents, James and Lily Potter, were murdered by the dark wizard, Lord Voldemort, who attempted to kill Harry but mysteriously failed. Voldemort disappeared, and Harry, now known as the Boy Who Lived, is left in the care of his unkind, magic-hating relatives, the Dursleys. Growing up in the cupboard under the stairs, Harry grows up neglected and bullied by his Aunt Petunia, Uncle Vernon, and their spoiled son Dudley. They force Harry to sleep in a cupboard under the stairs and treat him as an outcast. However, strange things happen around Harry. His hair grows back overnight after a bad haircut, and he somehow ends up on a school roof while escaping bullies. The letters and Hagrid's arrival. On his 11th birthday, Harry receives a mysterious letter, but his uncle intercepts it. More letters keep arriving, forcing the Dursleys to flee to a remote hut. At midnight, Hagrid bursts through the door, revealing that Harry is a wizard and has been accepted to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He also tells Harry the truth about his parents and how Voldemort killed them. Vernon protests, but Hagrid gives Dudley a pig's tail in retaliation. Diagon Alley and the Wizarding World. Hagrid takes Harry to Diagon Alley, a hidden shopping district for wizards. They visit Gringotts Bank, where Hagrid retrieves a mysterious package from Vault 713. Harry also gets his first wand from Ollivander's, which shares a core with Voldemort's wand. Harry learns about his wealth, meets a spoiled boy named Draco Malfoy, and receives an owl, Hedwig, as a birthday gift from Hagrid. The Hogwarts Express and sorting ceremony. At King's Cross Station, Harry struggles to find platform 940, but is helped by the Weasleys. On the train, he befriends Ron Weasley, a kind but poor boy, and Hermione Granger, an intelligent but bossy girl. They also meet Draco again, who tries to befriend Harry but insults Ron. Upon arriving at Hogwarts, the students are sorted into 4 houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. Harry, Ron, and Hermione are placed in Gryffindor, while Draco joins Slytherin. Life at Hogwarts and Quidditch. Harry learns about magic, potions, and spells, while dealing with strict teachers like Professor Snape, who seems to dislike him. He discovers his natural talent for flying and is recruited as seeker for Gryffindor's Quidditch team, making him the youngest player in a century. Meanwhile, he and his friends suspect Snape of trying to steal something from Fluffy, a giant 3-headed dog guarding a secret door. Halloween and the troll incident. During Halloween, a troll is released inside the school. Harry and Ron rush to warn Hermione, who is alone in the girls' bathroom. Together, they defeat the troll, and Hermione, moved by their bravery, becomes their close friend. The mystery of the Sorcerer's Stone. The trio investigates and learns that the secret object guarded by Fluffy is the Sorcerer's Stone, which grants immortality. They suspect Snape of trying to steal it for Voldemort. Meanwhile, Harry receives an invisibility cloak from an anonymous sender, later revealed to be Dumbledore, and uses it to explore the restricted section of the library at night. He discovers the Mirror of Erised, which shows his heart's deepest desire, his parents. Unraveling the clues. After witnessing Snape threatening Professor Quirrell, the timid Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, Harry and his friends decide to act. They learn that the Sorcerer's Stone is protected by magical enchantments set up by Hogwarts professors. The final challenge. The trio sneaks past Fluffy by playing music, then faces a series of challenges. 1. Devil's Snare, a strangling plant that Hermione defeats using light. 2. Flying Keys. Harry catches a winged key to unlock a door. 3. Wizard's Chess. Ron sacrifices himself in a dangerous life-size chess match. 4. Potion Riddle. Hermione solves a logic puzzle to let Harry proceed. The confrontation with Quirrell and Voldemort. Harry enters the final chamber, expecting Snape, but finds Quirrell instead. Quirrell reveals that Voldemort is alive but weak, hiding beneath his turban. He tries to retrieve the Sorcerer's Stone, which magically appears in Harry's pocket, but Voldemort orders him to kill Harry. When Quirrell touches Harry, his skin burns due to Harry's mother's protective magic. With Dumbledore's arrival, Voldemort flees Quirrell's body, leaving him to die. The aftermath and the House Cup. Harry wakes up in the hospital wing, where Dumbledore explains that love protected him from Voldemort. The Sorcerer's Stone is destroyed to prevent further danger. At the end-of-year feast, Gryffindor wins the House Cup, thanks to Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Neville's bravery. Harry returns to the Dursleys for summer, now knowing he belongs to the wizarding world. Here's a detailed summary of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Introduction. A miserable summer. Harry Potter is back at Privet Drive, enduring another summer with the Dursleys. They refuse to acknowledge his wizarding background and treat him poorly. One evening, Uncle Vernon has an important dinner guest, and Harry is ordered to stay silent in his room. That night, a strange creature named Dobby, a house elf, appears in Harry's bedroom, warning him not to return to Hogwarts because terrible danger awaits. Dobby reveals that someone is plotting to reopen the Chamber of Secrets. When Harry refuses to stay home, Dobby magically ruins the Dursleys' dinner party, making them furious. As punishment, Uncle Vernon locks Harry in his room, but his best friend, Ron Weasley, and his twin brothers Fred and George rescue him in a flying car and take him to the Burrow, the Weasley home, Diagon Alley, and the mystery of Tom Riddle. Before school starts, the Weasleys take Harry to Diagon Alley for supplies. They use flu powder to travel, but Harry accidentally ends up in Borgin and Burke's, a dark magic shop in Knockturn Alley. There, he overhears Lucius Malfoy, Draco's father, selling mysterious dark artifacts. Reuniting with the Weasleys and Hermione, Harry visits Flourish and Blotts, where they meet the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, Gilderoy Lockhart, a self-absorbed celebrity wizard. Draco Malfoy mocks Harry and the Weasleys, and Lucius discreetly slips a tattered book into Ginny Weasley's cauldron. The Hogwarts Express and the Flying Car Incident. On September 1st, Harry and Ron mysteriously can't get through Platform 9 Thorthish, preventing them from boarding the Hogwarts Express. Desperate, they take the Weasleys' flying car to Hogwarts, but they crash into the Homping Willow, breaking Ron's wand. Professor Snape threatens to expel them, but Dumbledore gives them detention instead. The attacks begin. As the school year progresses, strange things start happening. Mrs. Norris, Filch's cat, is found petrified, and a message is written in blood on the wall. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware. The legend of the Chamber of Secrets is revealed. Salazar Slytherin, one of Hogwarts' founders, believed only pure-blood wizards should be allowed at the school. He built a hidden chamber containing a monster that could purge Muggle-born students. Only his true heir could open it. The attacks continue, with Justin Finch Fletchley and Nearly Headless Nick getting petrified. Harry begins hearing a mysterious voice, which no one else can hear. This, along with his ability to speak Parseltongue, snake language, makes others suspect he might be the heir of Slytherin. The mystery of Tom Riddle's diary. While investigating, Harry, Ron, and Hermione find an old diary belonging to Tom Riddle, a former Hogwarts student. The diary is empty, but when Harry writes in it, Tom Riddle's memories appear. The diary shows Harry a vision of the past, where Riddle accused Hagrid of opening the Chamber of Secrets 50 years ago. Believing Hagrid is responsible, the trio follows Aragog, Hagrid's giant talking spider, into the Forbidden Forest. Aragog reveals Hagrid is innocent, and warns that the real monster is something even spiders fear. Ginny disappears. The chamber opens again. More students, including Hermione, are petrified. The diary is mysteriously stolen from Harry's dormitory. Then, Ginny Weasley goes missing, and a new message appears. Her skeleton will lie in the chamber forever. Professor Lockhart is ordered to find the chamber, but he tries to flee instead. Harry and Ron force him to help, and take him into Moaning Myrtle's bathroom, where they discover the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets. Inside the chamber, the Basilisk and Tom Riddle. Harry, Ron, and Lockhart enter the tunnels beneath the school. Lockhart, in a panic, tries to erase their memories with a broken wand, causing a cave-in that separates Harry from the others. Inside the chamber, Harry finds Ginny unconscious and meets Tom Riddle, who reveals he is the memory of a younger Voldemort stored in the diary. He has been possessing Ginny through the diary and controlling her actions. The monster inside the chamber is a basilisk, a deadly giant snake that kills with its gaze. Riddle summons the basilisk to kill Harry, but Fawkes the Phoenix arrives with the sorting hat. Fawkes blinds the basilisk, and Harry pulls the sword of Gryffindor from the hat. He slays the basilisk by stabbing it through the mouth, though he is poisoned by its fang in the process. Harry then destroys Riddle's diary by stabbing it with the basilisk fang, erasing Riddle and saving Ginny. Fawkes heals Harry with its tears, as Phoenix tears have magical healing properties. The aftermath and Dobby's freedom. Back at Hogwarts, the petrified students are restored using Mandrake Potion. Dumbledore praises Harry for his bravery and explains that he proved himself a true Gryffindor by pulling the sword from the hat. Harry confronts Lucius Malfoy, suspecting he planted the diary in Ginny's belongings. To trick Malfoy, Harry hands Dobby the diary with a sock inside, freeing him from slavery. Furious, Malfoy tries to curse Harry but backs down when Dobby protects him. With the mystery solved, the school year ends and Harry returns to Privet Drive, knowing he is not alone in the wizarding world. Here's a detailed summary of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Introduction. Another miserable summer. Harry Potter is back at Privet Drive, enduring another dreadful summer with the Dursleys. One evening, Aunt Marge, Uncle Vernon's sister, visits. She insults Harry's parents, and in a fit of rage, Harry accidentally inflates her like a balloon, using magic. Panicked, Harry flees into the night, fearing expulsion from Hogwarts. He is picked up by the night bus, a magical triple-decker transport for stranded wizards, which takes him to the Leaky Cauldron. There, he is shocked to learn that he won't be punished for underage magic. Instead, Minister of Magic Cornelius Fudge tells him to stay in Diagon Alley until school starts. During his stay, Harry overhears a shocking revelation. Sirius Black, a dangerous Azkaban prisoner, has escaped and is rumored to be after him. Ashtard, the Hogwarts Express, and the Dementors. Harry reunites with Ron and Hermione, and they board the Hogwarts Express. On the way, the train is stopped by Dementors, the dark, soul-sucking guards of Azkaban searching for Sirius. One of them attacks Harry, making him faint. Professor Remus Lupin, the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, repels the Dementor with a Patronus charm and gives Harry chocolate to recover. Hogwarts, new classes and the Marauders map. At Hogwarts, students learn that Dementors will patrol the school. Harry struggles with their effects as they make him relive his parents' murder. Harry, Ron, and Hermione start new subjects, including care of magical creatures, with Hagrid. In their first lesson, Draco Malfoy taunts Buckbeak, a hippogriff, and gets injured. Lucius Malfoy later files a complaint, putting Buckbeak's life in danger. Meanwhile, Fred and George Weasley secretly give Harry the Marauders map, an enchanted map that shows every person's location at Hogwarts. With it, Harry sneaks into Hogsmeade, the nearby wizarding village, where he overhears that Sirius was his father's best friend, but betrayed the Potters to Voldemort. Dementors, Patronus lessons, and the Firebolt. As Quidditch season begins, Harry's broom is destroyed by Dementors during a match. Devastated, he asks Professor Lupin to teach him the Patronus charm, a difficult spell to repel Dementors. Meanwhile, an anonymous Christmas gift arrives, a Firebolt, the fastest racing broom in the world. Suspecting it came from Sirius Black, Hermione reports it to McGonagall, angering Harry and Ron. Tash the truth about Sirius Black and Peter Pettigrew. One night, Sirius sneaks into Gryffindor Tower, but Ron's pet rat, Scabbers, goes missing soon after. Later, Ron finds Scabbers in Hagrid's hut, just as Buckbeak is sentenced to execution. On their way back, a large black dog attacks Ron, dragging him into the Humping Willow. Harry and Hermione follow and discover a hidden passage leading to the Shrieking Shack. Inside, they find Sirius Black, but before they can act, Professor Lupin arrives. To their shock, Lupin and Sirius embrace as old friends. Lupin reveals that Sirius never betrayed Harry's parents. Peter Pettigrew, who was thought to be dead, is actually Scabbers, Ron's rat, who faked his own death and framed Sirius. Pettigrew is the real traitor who handed James and Lily Potter to Voldemort. Lupin forces Pettigrew to reveal his true form, and Sirius prepares to kill him. But Harry stops him, insisting Pettigrew be turned in to Azkaban instead. The full moon and time turner. As they return to Hogwarts, the full moon rises, and Lupin transforms into a werewolf. Pettigrew escapes in the chaos, and Dementors swarm Sirius, nearly killing both him and Harry. Later, Dumbledore hints to Hermione that they can still save 2 lives. Hermione reveals her secret. She has a time turner, a magical device that allows her to travel through time. Harry and Hermione go back several hours and rescue Buckbeak before his execution, save Sirius by helping him escape on Buckbeak's back. The aftermath and a new journey. With Pettigrew escaped, Sirius remains a fugitive, but he secretly sends Harry a letter, revealing he was the one who sent the firebolt. Lupin, exposed as a werewolf, resigns from Hogwarts to avoid controversy, but leaves Harry with the Marauder's map and words of encouragement. As Harry returns to Privet Drive, he knows that he is not alone. He has Sirius, his godfather, watching over him. Here's a detailed summary of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Introduction: the Riddle House and a Dark Omen. The story begins at the Riddle House, where a Muggle caretaker, Frank Bryce, overhears Lord Voldemort plotting with his servant, Wormtail, or Pettigrew, and a mysterious man named Barty Crouch Jr. Voldemort orders the death of Frank Bryce, marking his growing power. Meanwhile, Harry Potter wakes up from a nightmare of this event, his scar burning, a sign that Voldemort is getting stronger. The Quidditch World Cup and the Dark Mark. Harry joins Hermione and the Weasleys to attend the Quidditch World Cup, where Ireland faces Bulgaria. The match is thrilling, but after it ends, Death Eaters, Voldemort's followers, attack the campsite, terrorizing Muggles. In the chaos, the Dark Mark, Voldemort's symbol, is cast into the sky, causing panic. Barty Crouch Jr., who was thought to be dead, secretly conjures the mark using Harry's stolen wand. The Ministry downplays the event, but Harry and his friends realize Voldemort's followers are becoming more active. The Triwizard Tournament announcement. At Hogwarts, Dumbledore announces that Hogwarts will host the Triwizard Tournament, a dangerous magical competition between 3 wizarding schools: Hogwarts, Beauxbatons, and Durmstrang. Each school submits 1 champion chosen by this Goblet of Fire. The selected champions are Fleur Delacour, Beauxbatons, Victor Krum, Durmstrang, Cedric Diggory, Hogwarts. Shockingly, the Goblet of Fire spits out a 4th name, Harry Potter. Though he never entered, Harry is forced to compete due to a magical contract. Ron Weasley, feeling overshadowed, turns against Harry out of jealousy. The first task: facing the dragon. For the first task, champions must steal a golden egg from a Hungarian horntail dragon. Hagrid secretly tips off Harry, and Mad-Eye Moody, the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, encourages him to use his broomstick. During the challenge, Harry summons his firebolt and dodges the dragon's fire, narrowly escaping with the egg. His bravery earns him high scores, but tensions with Ron remain. The Yule Ball and the second task. Hogwarts hosts the Yule Ball, a grand event where students must find dates. Harry awkwardly asks Cho Chang, but she is already going with Cedric Diggory. Hermione surprises everyone by attending with Victor Krum, making Ron furious. For the second task, the golden egg reveals a clue. The champions must rescue a loved one from the depths of the Black Lake. Harry struggles to figure it out until Dobby, not Neville, as in the movie, gives him gillyweed, allowing him to breathe underwater. Harry discovers Ron, Hermione, Cho, and Gabrielle Delacour, Fleur's sister, trapped. He stays behind to save Fleur's sister, earning extra points for moral fiber. The third task, the maze and the graveyard. The third task is a dangerous maze filled with enchanted obstacles. As the champions navigate it, Krum, under the Imperius Curse, attacks Cedric. Fleur is eliminated mysteriously. Harry and Cedric reach the cup together and decide to grab it at the same time. However, the cup is a portkey, transporting them to a graveyard, the very place in Harry's nightmare. Voldemort's return and Cedric's death. In the graveyard, Wormtail kills Cedric Diggory on Voldemort's orders. Harry is tied to Tom Riddle Sr.'s gravestone, and Wormtail performs a dark ritual. Using Bone of the Father, Tom Riddle Sr., Flesh of the Servant, Wormtail cuts off his hand, Blood of the Enemy, Harry's blood is taken. This restores Voldemort's body fully. Voldemort, now reborn, summons his Death Eaters, taunting them for their past failures. Voldemort duels Harry, using the killing curse of Avada Kedavra, but due to their twin wand cores, something extraordinary happens. Priori Incantem, a spell effect that forces Voldemort's wand to reveal echoes of its past victims, including Harry's parents and Cedric. These spectral figures aid Harry in his escape, allowing him to seize Cedric's body and return to Hogwarts using the portkey. Unmasking Barty Crouch Jr., Harry reappears, visibly shaken, still clutching Cedric's lifeless form. Dumbledore immediately tends to him, while Cornelius Fudge stubbornly denies Voldemort's return. Meanwhile, Mad-Eye Moody is exposed as an imposter, Barty Crouch Jr. in disguise. Throughout the year, he used Polyjuice Potion to masquerade as Moody, manipulating the tournament to ensure Harry's victory and transportation to Voldemort. Though Crouch Jr. is captured, Fudge refuses to accept the truth, paving the way for a divided wizarding world. The aftermath? Dark times begin. Dumbledore warns Hogwarts of Voldemort's return, but Fudge remains in denial. Harry donates his Triwizard winnings to the Weasley twins, funding their joke shop. Sirius stays hidden, preparing for the inevitable battle. As Harry departs from Hogwarts, he understands that everything has changed. Voldemort is back, and the true war is about to begin. Here's a detailed summary of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Introduction. A summer of isolation. Harry Potter is back at Privet Drive, feeling frustrated and abandoned after Voldemort's return at the end of Goblet of Fire. The wizarding world refuses to believe him, and even his best friends, Ron and Hermione, send him few letters over the summer. One evening, while walking through Little Whinging, Harry and his cousin Dudley are attacked by Dementors. Harry casts a Patronus to save them, but this leads to him being expelled from Hogwarts for using magic outside school. Soon after, he is taken by members of the Order of the Phoenix, a secret group formed by Dumbledore to fight Voldemort, to their headquarters at number 12 Grimmauld Place, Sirius Black's family home. There, Harry learns that the Ministry of Magic is denying Voldemort's return. Dumbledore is being politically attacked by Minister Cornelius Fudge. The Order is actively fighting Death Eaters in secret. Harry is eventually cleared of all charges at his ministry hearing, thanks to Dumbledore's intervention. A new year at Hogwarts and Umbridge's tyranny. When Harry returns to Hogwarts, he finds many students question him about Voldemort. The Daily Prophet is smearing his name, calling him delusional. Professor Umbridge, a ministry-appointed teacher, becomes the new Defense Against the Dark Arts professor. Umbridge quickly takes control, banning students from learning real defense spells, refusing to teach them practical magic. When Harry speaks out, she gives him cruel detentions, forcing him to write lines with a cursed quill that cuts into his skin. Umbridge is soon promoted to High Inquisitor, gaining total authority over Hogwarts. She fires teachers, inspects classes, and implements strict rules to suppress student rebellion. Dumbledore's army and Harry's visions. Frustrated, Hermione suggests forming a secret student group to practice defensive magic. They call themselves Dumbledore's Army DA. They secretly meet in the Room of Requirement. Harry teaches spells like Expelliarmus, Stunning Charms, and the Patronus Charm. Neville Longbottom gains confidence, while Luna Lovegood joins as a strong ally. Meanwhile, Harry begins having strange visions, seeing through Voldemort's eyes. One night, he witnesses Arthur Weasley being attacked by Nagini, Voldemort's snake. Dumbledore immediately acts, and Arthur is saved in time. Dumbledore grows distant from Harry, making him feel even more isolated. He orders Snape to train Harry in occlumency, a technique to block Voldemort's influence over his mind. However, Harry struggles, and Snape is too cruel to help him properly. Umbridge's rise and the fall of Dumbledore. Umbridge becomes more oppressive, eventually discovering Dumbledore's army. To protect Harry and the students, Dumbledore takes responsibility and escapes Hogwarts before the Ministry can arrest him. Now acting as headmistress, Umbridge bans students from all group activities, places the school under tight Ministry control, tightens her grip on Harry, punishing anyone who defies her. Fred and George Weasley lead a final rebellion, setting off fireworks, causing chaos in the castle, and leaving Hogwarts for good to start their joke shop. The Department of Mysteries and Sirius Death. One night, Harry has a terrifying vision. He sees Sirius being tortured by Voldemort at the Ministry of Magic. Desperate to save him, Harry and his friends trick Umbridge, using her fireplace to contact Grimmauld Place. But Kreacher, the Black family house elf, lies, saying Sirius is gone. When Umbridge catches them, Hermione tricks her into following them into the Forbidden Forest, where she is captured by centaurs. Harry, Ron, Hermione, Ginny, Neville, and Luna fly to the Ministry on Thestrals, breaking into the Department of Mysteries, only to discover it was a trap. They are ambushed by Death Eaters, led by Lucius Malfoy and Bellatrix Lestrange, who seek a mysterious prophecy about Harry and Voldemort. A fierce battle erupts, and the Order of the Phoenix arrives to fight back. As Dumbledore duels Voldemort, Sirius clashes with Bellatrix, but in a devastating moment, Bellatrix strikes him down, sending him through the mysterious veil. Overcome with rage, Harry pursues Bellatrix, nearly casting the Creatus curse in his grief. Suddenly, Voldemort appears, taunting Harry, but Dumbledore arrives just in time to confront him. The prophecy in the aftermath. After Voldemort escapes, Dumbledore finally reveals the prophecy's meaning. Neither can live while the other survives. Harry learns he is the only one capable of defeating Voldemort, or being killed by him. The Ministry is forced to acknowledge Voldemort's return, but the damage is done. The wizarding world is now at war. Still mourning Sirius, Harry struggles with his loss, but Dumbledore reminds him that love is his greatest weapon, something Voldemort will never understand. As Harry returns to Privet Drive, he knows that his battle with Voldemort is only beginning. Full summary of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Introduction. A darkening world. The wizarding world is no longer in denial. Voldemort is back, and his Death Eaters wreak havoc across Britain. The Muggle Prime Minister is informed of the chaos, while Lucius Malfoy is imprisoned, leaving Draco Malfoy to step into his father's role as a servant of the Dark Lord. Meanwhile, Severus Snape makes an unbreakable vow with Narcissa Malfoy, promising to protect Draco and complete his task if he fails. Harry and Dumbledore's mission. Dumbledore personally retrieves Harry from the Dursleys' house, taking him to visit Horace Slughorn, a retired potions master. Dumbledore persuades Slughorn to return to Hogwarts, knowing that he possesses a crucial memory about Voldemort's past. At the Burrow, Harry is welcomed by the Weasleys and Hermione, where he notices Ginny Weasley growing closer to him, though she is dating Dean Thomas. Draco's secret mission and the Half-Blood Prince. On the Hogwarts Express, Harry spies on Draco Malfoy and overhears him bragging about his new mission from Voldemort. Draco threatens Borgin and Burkes, instructing them to fix a vanishing cabinet inside Hogwarts, which he plans to use to sneak Death Eaters into the castle. At Hogwarts, Harry is forced to take potions, but Slughorn lends him an old textbook that once belonged to the Half-Blood Prince. Inside, Harry finds annotations and spell modifications, which allow him to excel in class. He even wins a small bottle of Felix Felicis, liquid luck for making the best potion. Dumbledore's lessons, Voldemort's past. Dumbledore gives Harry private lessons, showing him memories of Tom Riddle's past, revealing Riddle was obsessed with immortality from a young age. He learned about Horcruxes, dark objects that store pieces of a wizard's soul. Voldemort likely created multiple Horcruxes, explaining his survival after the attack on baby Harry. Slughorn's secret and the Horcrux revelation. Long ago, Slughorn unknowingly told young Tom Riddle about Horcruxes, but later he tampered with his own memory to hide the truth. Believing this knowledge is crucial to defeating Voldemort, Dumbledore instructs Harry to retrieve the real memory from Slughorn. Romance, jealousy, and conflict. As the year progresses, romantic tensions flare at Hogwarts. Hermione grows jealous when Ron begins dating Lavender Brown. Ron and Hermione constantly bicker, though their feelings are undeniable. Harry falls for Ginny, but struggles with his emotions due to his friendship with Ron. Meanwhile, Draco Malfoy becomes increasingly withdrawn, sneaking off frequently and showing signs of distress. Uncovering the truth, the Horcrux hunt begins. After failing to get Slughorn's real memory, Harry uses Felix Felicis, finally convincing him to confess. In the true memory, Slughorn reveals that Voldemort created multiple Horcruxes, making him nearly immortal. Dumbledore deduces that 6 Horcruxes exist, and 2 have already been destroyed. Tom Riddle's diary, destroyed by Harry in the Chamber of Secrets. Marvolo Gaunt's ring, destroyed by Dumbledore but left his hand fatally cursed. Now, Dumbledore and Harry prepare to retrieve another Horcrux. Slytherin's locket, hidden in a secret cave. The cave and Dumbledore's sacrifice. They travel to a dark and eerie cave, where Voldemort hid the locket. To obtain it, Dumbledore is forced to drink a cursed potion, which causes immense suffering and weakens him severely. Despite Harry's attempts to stop him, Dumbledore endures the agony and finishes the potion. With the locket in hand, they escape the cave, only to return to Hogwarts under siege. The dark mark looms above, signaling a trap. Dumbledore's death, the darkest hour. Back at Hogwarts, Draco Malfoy confronts Dumbledore at the Astronomy Tower, revealing that he let Death Eaters into the castle through the Vanishing Cabinet. However, Draco hesitates. He cannot kill Dumbledore. Then, Snape arrives. To Harry's horror, Snape casts Avada Kedavra, killing Dumbledore instantly. As the Death Eaters retreat, Harry pursues Snape, but is easily overpowered. Before escaping, Snape reveals himself as the Half-Blood Prince, leaving Harry shocked and furious. The aftermath. The final journey begins. After Dumbledore's funeral, Harry opens the Horcrux locket, only to discover it's a fake. Inside, he finds a note from R.A.B., revealing that someone else had stolen the real Horcrux before Voldemort could claim it. Despite his grief and loss, Harry chooses not to return to Hogwarts, instead committing himself to the quest of destroying the remaining Horcruxes and ultimately defeating Voldemort. By his side, Ron and Hermione vow to join him, marking the beginning of their final battle against the Dark Lord. Full summary of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Introduction. The war has begun. The wizarding world is in chaos. Voldemort and his Death Eaters control the Ministry of Magic, and Harry Potter is no longer safe. Severus Snape is now at Voldemort's side. The Death Eaters ambush and kill anyone loyal to Harry. Voldemort seeks the Elder Wand, the most powerful wand ever created. Meanwhile, Harry, Ron, and Hermione prepare to leave everything behind. Hogwarts, their families, and their normal lives, to destroy Voldemort's Horcruxes. The daring escape and Hedwig's death. The Order of the Phoenix creates 7 decoys of Harry to safely transport him from the Dursleys' house to the Burrow. During the escape, the group is ambushed by Death Eaters. Hedwig is killed, protecting Harry. Mad-Eye Moody is killed by Voldemort. George Weasley is severely injured. Despite the losses, Harry arrives safely at the Burrow, where he mourns the deaths of those who died protecting him. The wedding and Ministry infiltration. Harry attends Bill and Fleur's wedding, but during the celebration, the Ministry falls to Voldemort, and Death Eaters attack. Harry, Ron, and Hermione barely escape, going into hiding in London. After a close encounter with Snatchers, they break into the Ministry of Magic to steal Slytherin's locket, a Horcrux. Inside the Ministry, they disguise themselves as Ministry workers using Polyjuice Potion. Umbridge wears the locket, revealing she stole it. They steal the locket and barely escape, but Ron is badly injured in the process. On the run, tensions rise. The trio goes into hiding in remote locations, trying to figure out how to destroy the Horcrux. However, wearing the locket corrupts them, especially Ron, who grows jealous and angry at Harry. The stress breaks their friendship, and Ron leaves. Harry and Hermione are left alone. They travel to Godric's Hollow, where Harry's parents were murdered. While searching for clues, the trio meets Bathilda Bagshot, but soon realize she is actually Nagini in disguise. Voldemort nearly captures them, but they manage to escape just in time. The Sword of Gryffindor and Ron's redemption. Desperate for answers, they discover the Sword of Gryffindor hidden in a frozen lake. When Harry dives in to retrieve it, the Horcrux around his neck tightens, nearly drowning him. At the last moment, Ron returns and saves him. Using the sword, Ron destroys the Horcrux, proving his loyalty and redeeming himself. The Tale of the Deathly Hallows. Seeking more knowledge, they visit Xenophilius Lovegood, who reveals the legend of the Deathly Hallows. The Elder Wand, the most powerful wand ever created. The Resurrection Stone grants the ability to summon the dead. The Invisibility Cloak provides perfect concealment. Harry realizes that Voldemort is after the Elder Wand, aiming to make himself unstoppable. Before they can leave, Death Eaters attack, capturing them. Malfoy Manor and Dobby's heroic sacrifice. The trio is taken to Malfoy Manor, where Bellatrix tortures Hermione for information. Harry and Ron are imprisoned alongside Luna, Griphook, and Ollivander. Dobby arrives, orchestrating a daring rescue mission. As they escape, Bellatrix hurls a knife, fatally wounding Dobby. They bury him by the sea, and Harry, heartbroken, vows to finish the fight. Voldemort's ultimate weapon. In the final scene, Voldemort breaks into Dumbledore's tomb and claims the Elder Wand, preparing for the final battle. Full summary of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Introduction. The final battle begins. The story picks up immediately after Part 1, with Voldemort stealing the Elder Wand from Dumbledore's tomb, believing it will make him unstoppable. Meanwhile, Harry, Ron, and Hermione prepare for their final mission to find and destroy Voldemort's remaining Horcruxes, which hold fragments of his soul and grant him immortality. Breaking into Gringotts, the dragon escape. The trio infiltrates Gringotts' bank with the help of Griphook the Goblin, disguising themselves to enter Bellatrix Lestrange's vault, where they suspect a Horcrux is hidden. Inside, they find Helga Hufflepuff's cup, but the vault is booby-trapped. Everything they touch multiplies uncontrollably. As Griphook betrays them and steals the Sword of Gryffindor, the trio barely escapes by freeing a massive dragon and riding it out of the bank. With Hufflepuff's cup secured, they realize the next Horcrux is at Hogwarts, so they return to the castle for the final battle. The Battle of Hogwarts, a war begins. At Hogwarts, the trio reunites with the Order of the Phoenix, Neville, Ginny, and other students, preparing for the biggest battle yet. Professor McGonagall leads the defense, using powerful spells to protect the castle. Harry searches for the next Horcrux, realizing it is Rowena Ravenclaw's lost diadem, hidden in the Room of Requirement. Ron and Hermione destroy Hufflepuff's cup using basilisk fangs from the Chamber of Secrets. Voldemort's army attacks, including Death Eaters, Giants, and Dementors. The Horcrux hunt and Snape's fate. Inside the Room of Requirement, Harry, Ron, and Hermione find the diadem, but they are ambushed by Draco Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle. Crabbe casts Fiendfire, an uncontrollable fire curse, which destroys the Horcrux but kills him in the process. Meanwhile, Voldemort realizes his Horcruxes are being destroyed and kills Severus Snape, believing it will make him the true master of the Elder Wand. Before dying, Snape gives Harry his memories, revealing the truth about his past. Snape's memories, the truth revealed. In the Pensieve, Harry learns Snape's shocking secrets. Snape was in love with Lily Potter and secretly protected Harry his entire life. Dumbledore was already dying from a curse and asked Snape to kill him to protect Draco. Harry himself is a Horcrux. Voldemort must kill him for the Dark Lord to truly be defeated. With this revelation, Harry walks alone into the Forbidden Forest to face Voldemort. Harry's sacrifice and the final duel. Voldemort casts Avada Kedavra, seemingly killing Harry. However, Harry wakes up in a limbo-like world where he meets Dumbledore. Dumbledore explains, Voldemort only destroyed the Horcrux inside Harry, not Harry himself. Harry can choose to live or move on. Choosing to fight, Harry returns to the battlefield, faking his death to trick Voldemort's forces. With Neville killing Nagini, the final Horcrux, Voldemort is now mortal. In the final duel, Voldemort tries to kill Harry, but his own curse backfires. Harry defeats Voldemort once and for all. Afterward, Harry snaps the Elder Wand, ending its power and ensuring no one else can use it for evil. Epilogue, 19 years later. The story ends 19 years later as Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Ginny take their children to Platform 9 Thors to board the Hogwarts Express. As Harry's son, Albus Severus Potter, leaves for his first year, Harry reassures him, "You were named after 2 headmasters of Hogwarts. One of them was the bravest man I ever knew."